Hey guys, Monday, February 19th, 11:26 p.m. in Tokyo. Late one today. Today was an office day. I do have a day job, as I've mentioned. I've been going to the office about twice a week. Try to consolidate all of my work into those days, which can leave me with some creative time on the days I work from home. Uh, to be honest, not a lot of progress today on the book, but I want to build my habit. I want to keep it going, so I'm still going to record. Today, I thought what I can do is touch quickly on the history of the left shoe. So, I was going through a bit of a hard time in 2016. I was living in Dubai. I had just finished my work with Emirates. Wasn't really sure what was next and feeling a bit lost. I just had this idea come to me and I started writing. And I got into there once was a shoe, he was purple and blue and would travel the world around. He hopped and he skipped, he was fully equipped, except for what he had not found, and just kind of flowed with it. I wrote probably about, I don't know, eight, I can't remember now, maybe about 16 stanzas, which is quite long, but I didn't really have a full story. It was just kind of a bit of a I just froze on the word, but it just was a story that didn't really have an ending. I wasn't sure how to end it. I kind of gave up. 2 years ago, 2022, I, well, let me rewind. There were moments over those 6 or 8 years since then where I felt the urge to do this again, to pick it back up. I thought I had something there. I was intimidated by not knowing kind of what to do next or how to finish it. So the big sort of momentum turn came 2 years ago when I was speaking with a coworker, and for whatever reason I mentioned it, and it turns out that his sister was an illustrator. And I'll talk again about some of my illustration process at a later date, but something about that felt like a sign to me. So I met my coworker and his sister for lunch in Yokohama, which is about, I don't know, 30 or 45 minutes from Tokyo, and told them the idea. And it turns out his sister really liked it, and she drew up a sketch of what the left shoe is right now, and I fell in love with it. So once I saw that, it became real, because all of a sudden I saw a path to having the illustrations done. I'm a terrible sketch drawer. I'm not. I don't believe I'd be able to sketch it myself with any sort of quality. And it took off. So I would say from about late March through end of April 2022, or for about a month or 5 weeks, I was really in a creative flow, and I just kept going and going and going. And we met every so often, and we were doing some illustrations, and that's how we were working for a couple of months, and then just kind of fizzled out. There were some creative differences we had. There was some At some point she kind of fell out of love with the left shoe as a character, and the way this girl's name is Ember, and the way that she connects with her art, if the connection isn't there, it's not there. And so that was a very contentious point. um, but of course I have to respect the creative process, and respect her as an artist. So we essentially stopped working together, and I wasn't sure what to do. So I sort of put the book on hold. I didn't really have a path forward. I now have a bit of a turn in the illustrator process that I can and touch on again later. But for the sake of this video, I will wrap up by saying last year was tough for me. 2023, I ran into some stress in my day job, and it just completely took me out of a creative flow. The previous year, I found myself much more creative in my mind. I know that's weird to group that by years. It's really more granular than that. But if I were to summarize, it was without sort of the dedication, the daily practice dedication that I'm building in now, I wasn't in a creative flow at all last year. And so that's something I'm trying to get back now. And fortunately, since I started this process even a week ago, I've felt a lot more of it. So creativity it's not always going to be there, but you can create the conditions and build the habit to facilitate it. And that's what this year is about for me. So now I'm back on the horse, writing again, creating again. I mentioned yesterday I've made some progress over the weekend with the book one, and I'm going to keep writing that this week. That's it for today. Just wanted to touch a little bit on the back history. Quick summary: 2016, the original idea flowed for a bit, basically put it in the back of my brain for about 6 years, came back with a vengeance in 2022, again fell off the bike in 2023, and trying to bring it back in 2024 and see if I can't get at least the first book over the finish line. It's going to end up being a 8 to 10 year process to publish a children's book. Who knew? Have a good one, guys. Catch you next time. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.